Hey guys, it's Andrew and welcome to another video. I really wanted to try something new and get somebody's honest opinion on the C43 besides myself. And I thought, who would give me an unfiltered, totally honest, unbiased opinion? And I thought, well, that's what father-in-laws are for, right? So we're at my father-in-law's house right now. We're gonna get him in the front seat of this car and get his opinion on the AMG C43. And then we'll try and get my wife's opinion as well. And then tonight when I get done working, I'm gonna go check out my buddy Michael's R32 and we'll try and get him in the car as well and see what he thinks. So cue the intro. All right, Bob, you got to introduce yourself to everybody that's going to watch this video.
No.
No? Okay, I'll do the introduction then. This is Bob. Bob is my wife's father. Bob drives a lot of really nice cars, right? So you would be in the market for something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, Bob drives a 300E, which originally he told me, what did you say about Mercedes when I had one? Back in the day when I was a kid?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember? Well, that's funny because now Bob has a Mercedes. He always made fun of me for having them.
Yeah, because you couldn't afford to keep them fixed.
Oh, well, times have changed.
Yes.
And now we're in the brand new C43, and we're gonna talk to Bob about what he thinks about this thing. What do you think about these red seatbelts?
No, they're overkill.
What?
They need to be black or gray.
What would you pay for this? $2 grand? $3 grand?
It's $4.
So this thing has a Sport Plus mode in it. We'll go into manual. It's also all-wheel drive.
So it's a 4MATIC.
Yeah, so it's 4MATIC. Yep. It's only like 12 more horsepower than my car.
And the ground's wet. Let's see what happens.
It's not that wet. All right, here we go.
Now I see why these seats. Because if you're going around the corner and does that, you might be up against the door.
Yeah, these seats, these are the AMG Performance seats. Actually, look at how much. This is the window sticker.
Only $2,500.
That's not bad.
They couldn't throw just a few more options on here to make this an even 70,000.
Well, I think there are a couple more options on this thing that you could get.
And you might as well make it an even 70,000.
What do you think about the white paint option on this thing?
I don't like white cars.
Why not?
Because they just blend in with everybody else's car. I've owned so many of them, I'm sick of them. Because you spend this kind of money, you want your car to stick out, not look like the tow that's next to you.
Right.
It's completely different than your touring sedan.
Yeah.
This has been more like a performance sports car.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
That's the seating looks like that.
Yeah.
I hope they have sensors on that front bumper because you can't see it.
Yeah, it's got parking sensors and it's got a 360 camera.
Yeah, okay, because you can't see anything up there. And that's what's wrong with the Camaros, in the 80s Camaros and Firebirds. You couldn't see the nose.
Right.
I bought a couple brand new ones and I wrecked both noses on them.
Wow.
Coming into post, you couldn't see the nose where the post is.
Right, well.
Coming in, boom.
Remind me not to let you drive this car then.
Well, this is kind of like the, what do you call it, when guys 7-year itch and they run out and they buy a sports car.
Yeah.
This is kind of in between.
Yeah, it is.
It's a real car plus it looks like a sports car.
Are you ready to go fast? You gotta say "oh car" with me like Cardi B. Oh car.
Yeah, so now it's in Sport Plus mode, so it's real stiff, so don't spill your coffee.
Say "oh car" with me, Dad.
Yeah, you can't drink that coffee right now, Bob.
Yeah, I can. This definitely could be a fun car.
Oh yeah, I was taking it on some corners. Some corners yesterday. It was really fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah, for V6, it sounds pretty good.
Sounds healthy for a V6.
Overall, would you buy this car, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would? I think that's the ultimate endorsement right there.
Yeah, if I had the money for it, yeah, I'd buy it.
That's a nice car. I've enjoyed it so far. All right, well, it was fun. We tried looking for a car for your dad. That didn't work out, but at least we got his opinion on the car. I'm surprised he endorsed it. normally he doesn't endorse brand new cars.
Yeah.
But I think I'm slowly breaking him into the nice new car scene.
I definitely think it's growing on him.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Okay, so my name is Deanna. I am his wife.
And you know that when you guys are looking at cars, the most important opinion is not your own, but it's the wife's, right? Is that right?
It depends on the couple, I guess.
Okay, so we'll put it as a no comment for now. What are your initial impressions on the AMG C43?
Yeah, I am normally not a fan of coupes, to be honest, but this one I actually like a lot. I think it's gorgeous, it's elegant. I like the seats, how they are very contoured. The heated seats, of course.
Gotta get the heated seats, boys. Gotta get the heated seats.
No, but I really just like the way the car overall flows. I like how it's not short and stumpy like some coupes can be. It looks like it's got some length to it, so that's nice. The back seats are a little
small.
A little small.
We shoved her in the back seat when we were taking my father-in-law up to the car. I don't know if you could see her in the back, but she was back there.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty small person. I'm about 5'2", so
yeah.
It was kind of short for me, but it was definitely it's okay for short rides.
I was gonna say short drives, but not road trips.
Fine. Yeah.
So one of the things I personally like about this car is the all-wheel drive system, because you can launch the car really fast in the rain and it seems to hook. But I know that you like all-wheel drive cars because they're seemingly safer to drive in the weather and snow and whatnot. So the little that we've driven this car around the curbs and whatnot, would you give it the wife endorsement, the all-wheel drive system? Does it get the wifey endorsement?
That's kind of tough to say because we haven't really driven in a lot of rainy weather, so to say. But when you take off, when you go from 0 to, I don't even know. But when you take off, the tires don't seem to spin or anything like that.
No, I didn't get any wheel spin on that pull we did earlier.
Or drag at all.
Yeah.
And so that's a little comforting. Yeah. So one of the things I actually really like about this car, I like the cup holders in the back seat. I think that's really cool.
I didn't even see them.
Yeah.
They're decent?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're pretty cool. So I like those a lot. A lot of something else I've noticed in coupe cars, or let alone sport cars, for you women out there, or just people in general, the visor has a really good sized mirror and it has a light. I have been in some very expensive cars that do not have lights.
I know, it's crazy.
In their visor mirror, and I do not understand that. If you're going on a date, don't you want to be able to see what you look like?
So it gets the on-the-go makeup, production mirror visor approval from the wife. Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
So for all you makeup artists out there who are irresponsible and do your makeup while you're driving, this is the perfect car for you.
I don't do that, no.
No, you're great. You don't do that.
I'm talking about if you're going somewhere and if you're in the passenger seat. You want to see what you look like.
We endorse that. We don't endorse doing your makeup while driving.
Yep.
Okay, so overall, taking everything into consideration, the performance of the car, the look, even the price. This is a $67,000 car.
Yeah.
Does it get your approval?
I would say yeah, but to be honest, I will say the price actually did surprise me because it's really nice.
What did you think this car should be priced at? If you were to walk in, given the performance of the car and everything, would you think 75,000, 80,000?
I wasn't thinking below 70,000, that's for sure. I was definitely thinking closer to 80, 85, 90.
Mind you,
but probably not more than 90.
Well, and keep in mind too, my wife's been around all the same cars that I have, so she has good context around what cars should cost. So
yeah.
Okay, well, interesting. So overall, gets the stamp of approval. Mm-hmm. That's 2 for 2. That's impressive. So we have 2 people that love this car and would buy it. So yeah, tonight I gotta go and work. And then after I do that, I'm gonna meet up with my buddy Mike. And he used to have I think it was a 2011 Audi S5. So similar-ish car. And I'm interested to see what he thinks. So transition to that, I guess. So I'm just out here in the Pearl, just got out of work, and I randomly come across Michael. So we're gonna take him for a ride in the C43 and see what he thinks. He drives an R32 though, so he's probably just gonna hate this thing. Oh, my Nissan's faster and cheaper to maintain. Anyway, let's go for a ride. You can introduce yourself now.
What do you want to say?
Whatever you want to say. Who are you?
Michael Clary.
Okay, how do we know each other, first of all?
That's a good question. You got me a job at the Ferrari and Maserati dealership way back when. We kind of gained our friendship that way, and when we both left, we continued our friendship, and now we're both, or we both were still in the cars.
Yeah.
And we still are, so we go out on late night adventures and go take pictures everywhere and test drive new cars and have fun.
Do you remember that Snapchat that I got of us in the A7? Washington Square Hours, playing that song, and I'm like, this is my boyfriend!
Yeah, I remember that.
Definitely playing that clip. This is my boyfriend! Anyway, this is Michael. I've known him for a few years. We did work at Gran Turismo together and drove a lot of fast cars, and now he owns a R32 Skyline, and you had an S5.
I had an S5.
Yeah, so actually the biggest reason why I wanted to pick you up, mostly because you're hot, but second of all, because you had that S5, which is pretty much the competitor to this car, although yours is a little older, but I mean, it was, how many horsepower? What was it?
350 horsepower, 350 torque, I believe it was.
Yeah, and it's all-wheel drive, and it's
all-wheel drive, yep.
So that's interesting because this one has 362 horsepower, 380 pound-feet of torque out of a twin-turbo V6. How much do you think this car costs?
$65,000?
That's pretty close, actually. It's $67,000.
Okay.
Most people think it costs more, or it looks like it costs more.
It was either going to be one of...
Sorry.
It was either going to be one of the ones that is like really nice looking Mercedes and is like $40,000.
Right.
Or it's going to be one of the ones that's like, $60,000 to $70,000.
Yeah.
Tiny right now.
All right.
Looking at the sun.
Well, we're going to give it the little launchy launch right here and see what you think.
That's pretty quick.
Does that feel like 362 horsepower?
No, that feels like 400 plus.
Really?
Yeah, that
400?
really does. Yeah, that's pretty quick.
So I know we were talking about this earlier. I think a lot of it, I honestly think it has a lot to do with this transmission.
Yeah.
And obviously like there's no turbo lag really.
No.
Like as soon as I put it into the floor, I mean, we had pretty much instant torque.
Yeah. That was quick.
Yeah. And then obviously the 4MATIC helps get it off the line.
You said this is how much horsepower?
360 horsepower.
360?
Yeah.
So I agree. I believe it is the transmission too.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because with my S5, having it be 350, 350.
Right.
How much torque does this have?
This has 380 something pound-feet.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like my S5 did not feel this quick.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't know what the weight difference and stuff is, but
Right.
But still, like, this feels way faster than what my S5 was.
Interesting.
This feels faster than the Maseratis we drove.
Dude, the Maseratis? Oh no, they're not nearly. They're like 430 horsepower, but they're
boats.
They were boats, and they felt like 300, 350 maybe horsepower. I'm just gonna turn it right here, turn around. What do you think of the sound in this car?
From the inside, it sounds good. You can hear it, but it's not like, overly droned.
Yeah.
So it's like, now it's like I can't hear it, but you give it a little bit of gas.
Yeah.
And you can hear it open up. So outside when I was driving by you, it sounded really good.
Was it pretty loud too? Like,
it wasn't too loud, but
okay.
But if you're into cars and you heard something like that, you would definitely break your neck.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Comparing this V6 to a Ghibli.
Oh God, Ghibli sound better.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know if I'm biased or what,
That's
but
fine.
I think the Ghibli sound better.
Okay, they do sound pretty good. I think personally I like this one better, but
the reason why I think I like the Ghiblis better, and this is the Ricer coming out in me, is it's a little bit louder.
Yeah.
I feel like you can hear it more inside the cabin
for sure
than you can in this.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, would you give this car your stamp of approval?
Yeah.
Really?
I would, yeah.
Seriously, that's 3 for 3. Everybody that I've talked to today in this video is
all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's a V6 twin turbo.
Yeah.
quick. Looks way more expensive than it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, right on. You heard it here first, folks. Michael Clary endorses the C43. Also, what's your Instagram handle?
I have 2 Instagrams.
Okay, you only get one.
Okay. My Instagram is Michael Clary. I have on there you can find my car page.
There you go. Fit it in.
So
Cool. Well, that's it, folks. The C43 is the best car in the world. I'm just kidding. It's not the best car in the world. But 3 out of the 3 people that I've talked to today have endorsed it, so it must be all right. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I realized as I'm editing this that I didn't actually shoot an outro video. So here we are, wearing my IPD Volvo Specialist shirt. They are not a sponsor, but if you're into Volvos, they're a great place to check out. So hit their website. I really wanted to just bring other opinions to the table because obviously my opinion is not the only one, and there are other people out there with different perspectives and outlooks on what a car really should be to them. And it was interesting that all 3 people that I took out in this video enjoyed the car in different ways and had really good things to say. Obviously they weren't perfect, they had a couple of things to say against it. So if you guys don't mind, if you like this content, please subscribe and consider following me on Instagram. And also a huge shout out to Mercedes-Benz of Wilsonville. They provided the C43 for this video. I'm super appreciative. Please go check out their website down below. They have the most incredible inventory in all of Oregon. They're the biggest Mercedes-Benz dealership. They're the only performance center here in Oregon. The list goes on. I mean, they're just the coolest Mercedes dealership here. Anyway, that's enough for the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.